You feel the hum of the time engine fade. And the universe goes silent. Not quiet. Silent. A silence so total it feels like your heartbeat is the only sound left in existence. You have just traveled 10 quintillion years into the future. A number so enormous it makes galaxies feel like mayflies and human history look like a blink in eternity. And the moment you step out, you realize that even calling this place a future feels wrong. You haven't traveled forward in time. You've traveled beyond time. Your first breath tastes thin. Not because of air, but because the fabric of space-time itself feels stretched. Reality feels old, tired, fragile. You try to look around. There are no galaxies. No stars. No constellations. Nothing familiar. Just an endless, dark ocean of super-expanded vacuum where light tries to exist. And fails. But then something catches your eye, a faint flicker. A tiny pulse. Like a spark from a dying fire. You drift closer. It's a black dwarf, the frozen corpse of a star that once glowed with heat and fury. For trillions upon trillions of years it cooled, dimmed, hardened into carbon crystal. But now, after unimaginable time, quantum forces inside it shift, and in slow motion, you witness a miracle. It explodes. A supernova that was never meant to happen. A final heartbeat of a star long past its prime. The blast blooms outward like a flower of cosmic ice, moving so slowly you could walk around it. Time itself is syrup. Then the sound reaches you, not a boom, but a deep, ancient groan, like the universe straining under its own age. You drift away, and the vast emptiness shows its true nature. Across this night of eternity, you see other flickers, other dwarf stars reaching their quantum end, one by one lighting up like fading embers in a universe colder than death. You watch dozens explode over what feels like centuries, but here, time is meaningless. And then you feel something else. A tug. A pull. Gravity. But not from a star. From a black hole. You turn. And you see it. Huge. Ancient. Weak. This black hole is among the last in the universe, drained by eons of Hawking radiation, shriveled compared to what it once was. Its edges ripple with ghostly light as quantum particles leak out of its body like steam from a dying giant. You move closer. For a moment, you feel its gravity brushing against your atoms, as if it's trying to remember how to consume something. But it no longer has the strength. You watch the final seconds of its life. A tiny burst. A whisper of energy. A flicker of creation. Then, it evaporates. Where it once stood, a cloud of pure radiation disperses, but it doesn't vanish. It begins to drift toward something. Toward a place in the distance, a swirling, shimmering region that bends light like a liquid mirror. Curiosity pulls you forward. This is when the journey stops being exploration and starts becoming revelation. As you enter the shimmering region, the universe's laws buckle. Gravity loses meaning. Distance stretches and compresses at random. Time loops and stutters like a damaged record. You have entered what physicists once dreamed of, a region where the universe is collapsing into low-energy chaos. A place where the rules are cracking from old age. Inside, you find something extraordinary. Tiny bubbles. Floating in nothing. Popping in and out of existence. These are proto-universes, miniature Big Bangs trying to ignite but failing because the parent universe has no fuel left. Some form for a second before collapsing. Some flicker and almost catch. Some grow the size of grains of sand before shrinking into nothingness. You drift among them like a visitor in a cosmic nursery where every child is stillborn. Except one. One bubble doesn't collapse. It grows. Slowly, painfully, but it grows. Inside, you see flashes, microscopic galaxies forming, tiny bursts of matter and energy trying to take shape. This bubble is on the verge of becoming something massive, something transformational. But then the parent universe pulls it apart. You watch it pop like a soap bubble. You feel a pang of sadness. Not for yourself. But for the universe. It is trying to live out and failing. You move closer to the core of this strange region, and there you find it, the thing that changed everything. A sphere. A storm. A tangle of swirling light and gravity. A structure made from the combined radiation of every evaporated black hole in the universe. It is the cosmic archive. A natural, impossible memory bank of everything that ever existed. When you approach it, it reacts. The storm of light pulls inward, creating a tunnel of swirling energy. You are drawn inside, not by force, but by purpose. Inside, you see ghosts of the past. Galaxies spinning in mini form. Stars forming from dust. Planets cooling. Species evolving. Civilizations rising, reaching for the stars, then fading into cosmic dust. You see the birth of life. The rise of intelligence. The triumphs. The failures. The wars. The wonders. You see your own universe, not as you knew it, but as a vast tapestry, woven by physics and chance. Then you see the beginning. Not the Big Bang. The moment before it. The moment where time did not exist, and the universe was nothing more than a fluctuation waiting for permission to become real. The archive pulses. It speaks without speaking. It always had to end. You feel tears in your eyes, not from sadness, but from the overwhelming weight of understanding. The archive begins to collapse as the universe reaches its true final phase. Heat death. No energy gradients. No stars. No fusion. No motion. No time. No change. The universe becomes a perfectly flat ocean of absolute nothingness. You float in it. Minutes. Hours. Years. Centuries. Meaningless measures. Eventually, even your mind begins to lose its sense of time. And then, it happens. A flicker. A ripple. A fluctuation in the void. From pure nothing, a spark of something appears. A bubble of space-time no bigger than an atom. It grows. Expands. Accelerates. It becomes a fireball of infinite density, a new Big Bang. A new universe. A newborn cosmos. A rising sun replacing an eternal night. You watch the new universe swell like a superheated balloon. You see matter form, energy spark, particles dance. You see the blueprint of physics rewriting itself. You see space roar into existence with the power of a trillion suns. And in that moment, you realize the truth. Everything you saw, the darkness, the collapse, the silence, was not an end. It was a womb. The universe didn't die. It shed its skin. It transformed. It renewed itself. And as the newborn universe expands before you, its glow washes over the last fragments of the old cosmos, illuminating everything that once was and everything that might be. You watch the light ripple across the infinite void like the first sunrise after the longest night ever known. It is warm. It is alive. It is hope in its rawest form. You feel it pulling you in again, not like gravity, not like force, but like the gentle tug of something that has waited eons for you to arrive. The universe knows you are here. Somehow, it recognizes you. Somehow, it senses the witness who stood at its parents' deathbed and now stands at its birth. You take a step forward. A quiet, almost invisible tremor moves through space-time, like a heartbeat. Not yours, its. The new universe pulses softly, sending waves of energy rippling outward, shaping its infant laws, its newborn physics, its fresh blueprint for everything that will ever exist. You are watching reality write its first chapter, not in ink, but in quantum fire. And in this cosmic nursery, something unexpected happens. You hear something. Not sound. Not vibration. Not speech. A feeling. A whisper woven from pure existence. Will you continue? The question hangs in the void. It is not demanding. It is not commanding. It is inviting. Because the universe, in its infancy, can feel the presence of a traveler who has witnessed the full arc of creation and destruction. Someone who carries the memories of stars that lived and died, galaxies that rose and vanished, civilizations that burned bright and faded into myth. You realize something profound. You are no longer just a visitor. You are carrying the legacy of an entire dead cosmos. You are holding its story. You are its final echo. And the newborn universe senses it. It understands. It welcomes it. You step closer to the expanding glow, and for the first time in quintillions of years, you feel warmth. True warmth. The warmth of creation. The warmth of possibility. The warmth of a future that hasn't been written yet. You watch particles form. You watch matter emerge. You watch the primordial soup swirl with the seeds of galaxies that will one day shine brighter than anything the old universe ever produced.